Palden Rubisha, thank you. Palden Zavela Rinpoche, Dai Ingle Bemes in Rula, Development of Tabution, Kusum to Gage in the Locus, Kusum Sangi Town Chicken, or Redangi together, cutting Sunda Machiba, Lama, Mishaki, Tuchimameva, Kusum Rabu to Dingo, which transition should be different show, Tadam Beaching in Lava, those Manju Nanga, Daniel Basin Jantan, or what to me, Indians or the children, Nabatam Chicken. Sonju Yadan Dorje Chanching, Gobana Goversha, the Chicken, and the Chicken, some Chow and Giva. Colon the Conjugation Bandan, the Urin Bojin Chicken, so much in the set up the same butter show. Set up the same butter show. Perth ki na ABPI na Dumiyongi tare machida charo logi ke suna onda mismi leji na ya ona Canberra le gotushna nahi godamba Canberra jo tele jo tele Julie direct ba Canberra jo tele na tele Melbourne majo sisandi Dugi Havi Chica Jojo Libera Maso, Tam Tansara Duchi, Tam Tansara Ematasisa, South Sasara, Melbourne have the charm, Australia with some ship, the party charity Vietnamese may wonder. They can get the Sachi or Telisha, the Licha and my Tash, and the Dugi Havi turned them to Berama Maso. The Tezumi cutting China, the Tezumi not Juve cutting Dugi Hata. Chapter Checker Michikatin, your mother Michikatin, now to the Miss Wakatin, to get Haladerum, the Verani, Yachoshusa, Eshatasa, the Driven Misikatin, Tezundegeta, New York Major, which New York Chivichi, the Ipa, Gotentamikara, Nahindi Society, which is the Buddhist Association, the Pali, Legend Bimikara, and Juvikatin, the Tezund Nahin, Mahaberu Kenal, Matito the Now. Then I sing the healer, and listen to cutting cheese should do. Then I sing the healer on no man. My Koduzum Bewajan, my Perth Kiloji, Nimsum the Michelle, my Koduzum Bewajan. Saturday, Sunday, the lab, it was tip top sequoia. The way you know, Hanisopara, the Pandi Betena, Chosho, Chana. I'm seeing now, Juvisu to be now you can dinner, kitchen, Migi Kachiber, Machi, Chitamaji, Migi Kachiber, Migi, Jen de Mato, and then Legion the Thomas of the Mother. Migi, the Legion is watching Chitam Mika, the Yunde, Jenia, you and your mother. Touching Navanas and Beach Chilu, why a trip for the Chitams Milaluchi, Chamashi, is that the Laluchi, Legion, you got the Cadinas watching. Magi Bewas in Ina, Martin Nicheran Islam. Jen Mapaler may be Mikateo, Yendemi Mikateo, Mola. Even the Magita watching the dinner. Chitan teaches to be missing with a card and shell the Magi Legion the Tomela. I'd say Beruta, Papa the Legion with the relative in Mola. Chita Chawaj and Chi Legion, David Shaw, David Legion. Chitan Bechawa, the Zambulin with the children, driven missing with it. I say Ninja Union, Legend Union, what's happening Union, Mola. Driven me Sangi institution, or Sangi now on the Brahman. The Chitan, I legend the Tomela, Point on the Noy, the Tarinavas that shooters and the mother. Anchi sacrifice baby Nachi and Nami take it on. Now was on Sanji Temple Jindasta Mani. To them, some Nachi and Machikara and Nachi, the Castle Chuni. The Tuchi, Canberra Lujumasu, the Jomasumi Tendadi. Hima Bewaching Ali at the Tetaka Goluchi, the Hapchu, Julishi, the Hapchu, and the Tuchi, low Tampo, the Gotushin, Tushimagi, Loka, the Loka Bindi, as it is, some of the Govers, at the Lamascana, I think the mom, some to the Chiki Homes in Johnny Mato. They draw the Joe, the Tachi, the Joe, the Cascain, August 4th Lega, Joe Josari. August 4th Lega, do you have the Joshnatato, China Heramai. Living out of suitcase limited. That October 20, 20 디스가 해라면 다른 나라 받아서 싱가포르 저겁지. 대마이 대빈데 다다래 덴버를 쇼스에 통계 숨데 대베로 마치시고 공마트 다시야 고래 야레 공슈데 또 다시 볼록하도 하나 대 볼록하도 또 야스 나신데스 그래도 시시기 네 나오데 아니야 좀 맞어 나 대로 로시만 치오는 저 다리나 다시 가셔도 좀 되다나 다시 나 EPP의 프레지던트 계속 나이 다시 나 잡기 아니지 산지기 temba 때 샤브론 붙인 나오는 게 우리는 그룹에 고상대 내가 이 EPP의 단주가 같이 나 버기 줍수 가라도 PPP인세 칠레 배워서 나 EPP 숨이네 칠레 배워서 나 EPP면 나이 나부서기 나부나무 이티티티 내가 이 로데 때나 EPP에서 록 나부서기 게워티 나 두기 하베와진데 같은 배로 다강 건바 뭐나 나부서 배로 대박이었어 된지 아주 중국수 나부스나 계계비 아주 중국수 배로 왜 산지 땜바니 마치 두기 하고 같은 치고 산지이 우연 거름시 아니니 샤브름시 아니니 이제 치료견 서치 나디 가네면 뭐나 다강 아직 건서 삼치배 바꿔도 유대기 배로 샤브름시 있고 나서 다시 제니라 하도 대변되게 나치고 땡지고 그래서 당하시나 지가 오치니 뒤로게 되지 아직 편 도습집에 그래서 뭐든 저기 됐다래 마지 된지 좀 배출수 뭐 겐베라도 되게 표현을 나 힐이 줬어 나 아직 나도 구급제 다시 다시 좀 해 같은 시 일단 댕감이 댕가된 맛이 그 말하기 내게 노선담다 그래서 막 제작학파 아니고 우리 스쿨 나는파 시림 아주 유니버시티에서 나는파 저다 그냥 이 대가랑 논이 생각나는 두바 당 두슬람이다 두베미 세미디 친이디 가슴집에 치 모주제도 가서 뭐다 치나 아빠나 해치 나오나 오스트레일리아 미치 집에 what does it mean to be a Bhutanese lover 뭐라 나도 렌 같은 거 나옵니다 두기 생이 같이 나서 렌 같은 거 참 나왔어요 ngayin ta ngarai no sam in mona ta ngai de ngai la mi de tense de ngai shumi su de ngai ne be no sam dam da I am Bhutanese because I eat doma and ematasi we are going kira la wajan se che mi tu bes mona pesho gente na che na Australia shit atara de ko de kira mi shit doma e to kama shi mona 아니 장치기 배 앞고 아니데 두베이 모다이 있어 가지고 모다이 그리고 아니 장치고 두베이 생기 잡아진데 집소에 고데기라 그러면 도마사미 소소에 두면 아니지 안착지 아침에 미토데에서 나이 때문에 너무 내가 알아봤을 때 와서 두베이 생기 있으면 두베이미기 생기 있으면 시카도 때 아까 짐 잡당한서도 골라보나서 이제 남기 카드를 배워서 마치 두베이 람도는 다 담시 레전드 가진 가서 자 샘바상게 아니 속이 멘트 맞지 두비 캐시시 두비미기 생이 집에 땡스미면서 되게 너무 또 고당바 대나다 고당바랑 같이 다 담시다 가진 가서 쓰는데 이거리 쇼진 말하기 너선 담자 다 담시 있습니다 담습니다 식습니다 뭐바디 디시샤탄 내시시리 되게 땅 담습니다 맞지 탑기 담는 난다 탑기 담도 좀데 담네 잡했나 탑이 담거나 같이 담가서 왔지 내가 라마다 로마기 반나 배웠지 배워다 담시기 담 내가 앞에나 명마들 같이 yap세다 맞지 나 주름이세 배웠지 명마들 yap세기 배때 중중기 배 주름이세 가라 탐좀배 세워기지 대준배기 나부소이 카토도 배로야 야 잡다 명마들 인준로 부셨다 세워다 담시다 유니티게 배 내가지 두개 갑나 뺀담 반데 튠다 되게 갑을 시대 오늘 두개 갑나 남에 사면 나도 기도 같이 이로 치기로 주서디야 명마다 수도 있네 대중의 두개 갑나 제가 저럴라 남에 쓰면 샤샤만 내가 카트까지 되지 않은 책이 아시스타 이승 중국진한데 하이스쿨 대신 스쿨 대신 에듀케이션 대신 다들 죽서나 오스트레일리아 좀다 차란망 쳐줘 제가 알아도 안 라발라고 파이치 잉글리시 캐타 도 말했어요. chidrupso hamso kara te meongalam jase kadin mewa yale ma kadin na navasogi pero yalo kadin kaso tamsi yudeni digi e drugi khamna lo 6 mit burn mewa kachi 6 jomes me ge khamna lo tab deo ma de kara 6 joshina be e ge khamna shide a dezume ge lama dando me ge tamsi bewa che pena drugi khamna ge chebta chesla lama la 고당과 상신이고 우된 구름 붙인 중심님 구름 붙인 나처럼 한지 두버서 가라 담는다 에 되게 좋으시 바꿔지는 생남 부셔 구름 붙인 많은데 조도 chen 개갑이 뭐자 죽감 죽바 죽배 괜찮 가라 되게 뭐다나 대대숨이까지는 아 대숨이게 대배는 맞지 최가비로 죽도 맞지 그닝 숨제스라면 와라 가르라도 죽어가지라도 있는 샤브름 붙인 많은데 닝스라도 구름 붙인 사람이 모든 구름을 칠 때, 근데 가닝 송제스라고 주어가지고 민맥 때문에 배워서 주미가 스피셜 헤리티지 센치를 있는 거야. 그 밴드기 때나 다 되게 주변이 기타 같이 구름을 쳐다 잡으면 쳐다 대바 유선수로 같이 찍고 같이 내 burn off 배 좋은 거 좋아지. 때나도 세디로 배로 캔 받치면 말로 남 내셔지기 손데 두루 많이 쉬어도 봐봐. 아니 두루 사임 짓자고 두루 아티지 뉴스 짓자 랜드슬라이드 오른 두루 암지게 미 명명 왔다 로게 하나 배워지 사임 저미 똥똥똥 배시 두루 배워지 미 아티지 미 아티지 내비아스도 친기 토 아티지 야바스도 몰라 아니 배울 때 나기 쉬네 안지 아티지 두개 아티 미제스도 이때 람소이 래샤 나이 자라마서 래샤 손데 안디티 두루디 우겐 구르미스 샤브르미스 아타나 투기 투지 지우스사라유 잡제우 제사라유 주비소이 셰가 마시가 셰이셰도 주벤비소이 구르미스가 샤브르나 세메 대바유 야레 투지 지우스사라유세 가니게까지는지 이치데 마시기 때나 레중제기 시유되는지 마치 두개갑디 게베기 라베베도 제부디야 리심치가 오면 되기베 다른 아티 마미디 나라기 노선이 뭐 다른 아티 주벤미 해마드 치우다 시야서 나서 마음이 아프는 거구나. 해마변은 스미 산이 미스고이 시샤 잠시고이 다른 나서 해마변 팝 잠시 자도스고이 팝은 excuse 같이 나서다. 남 두고 군대기 송송이 있노. 마파 마자와지 샤 마팔레 마자 가라심시 파마니. 다 자라자와지 팝이 서르도 그래서 어디 자비 니에베 라카네미게. 그래서 아스 디고 싶었어. 아니 송송이에서 줍소 excuse 비 소소이나 마셔야 돼. 뭐나 다시 잡으면 되게 라오네. 딱 되게 이로 딱 간다. 뭐다 아니베 딱 체차식 같은데 같이 쉬어지 마치기 대바 매바친 야 구름미치도 잡주름미치 질랍 미나스디네. 대비로는 미 자우치 나도 님 가림치 샤로 미도 그 외세 민바 같이 세서니 뭐다 나도 같이 세서니 그래서 라운드 대바다 담세 매바친 상계도 장주서 뭐 지나서 아따라 나나서 있는데 대비로 마치 질랍 주미서 매바다. पेना पेसों बेवा चेरा की फम आलू युमिसो चेरा फम की लेजिन बेलाप से लाप 차로 배웠노 아주 녀라마도 같은 제 탑실 레벨 좋은 거. 제일 좋아하지 원. 야리 가든지 지납단 세워주로 많이 녀라마도 같은데 가지고 있는 뭐 년 망인지 또 당신 뭐. 다 대중에게 막 암속이 받나요? 다 담지 뭐. 다 담지 뭐 막 암속이 받는 지기 지도 세워 지기 가도 가진 가서 막 다 담시 세미디 가대비 오면서 하시는 아요 무슨 땅다. 가진 가서 오면 and I'm some shit watching. Well, I'm to check my alumni. Now, Chalanani was only a housewife in Islam. Then I know, oh, that is a 24/7 jobs. Then I like it because I'm a woman. Because I was in China, limited Alu Tago, traveling launch in Bevo, Taro, Naso, Chamchi Chavo, the only maybe the lab. Chile Tawaji jumped to some shit. I see lazy housewife in the machine. 99% 배워지. 거우제 거 존이 맥지 배워. 근데 대배 거우 재미디 아마 김밥 좀 집에로 밥 좀 지라베도 해가지고 거기 쉬고 배워. 나오나서 람마피 님지 침나 되게 알도다 델레 참차 또서 가진 자사파처 스타미 오도 몰라. 아니 잠이 신이 매워. 아니지 랑기 암속이 사고나 샤신나데 때나 가디베 거우제도가 쉬어가지고 델레šan지 랑기 셈도 아니 가진 가서 되는 거. 때 가진 가서 뭐지? 다 담지 오는 거. 애프리시에이션 오는 거. 대순배 마피 안순배 와라 다 라도 막 빼고 다 나순배 와진 야den 막 빼셔다고 뭐 빼셨다고 만으로도 비상이 된다고 하면 뭐 가림직 거우제 거기에 빼셨다니 때 거우제 봐 가림직 거라 assignment 배도고 가시 거우제 대까지 배때나 암수들도 비자도 가야 막불로 라베츠가 대치기 지까지 나와요 같이 가진 가서 마소다 때 같이 가라 라나 짱 지기 배양이 그시로 सक्सेस 주도진 게 대배 초다 때 반나 맞춤 배우는 거 대변대 가진 가서 되지 학벌도 most important 때 랑기 미셀로 가진 가서 시고도 있는 거 배나 배좀 쉬어진 같이 식당 같이 이미기 노상 당하지 않는 줄 알아 대란이 장고 앞이야 스핀 보시면 장 깝지 여기다 안에 건 납지 여기서 아니 나도 남이 삶에 포커스 베베 자화갑 가dim 준비를 제종 거는 그래서 마치 미센 나온 거는 내가 치료 다도 캔서 이유가 치료 캔서 니신 미도니도 감니셔 멤버 뭐라 오스트레일리아에서 주변이 가라기 때 레워잡스기다 레워징이 시험 이발은 나서 중요 뭐라 그래서는 나우사우님 민도 때유로 같이 아니 가서도 가라 마서로 같이 기도 충분히 지난 거 섬 샷다운다 셈도 디프레스 오는 거 셈시 좀 아니 참 지금도 상담자 아니 뱀매 같이 미세나 가라데 노섬시오다 에랑기 미세 두베다 아이 하람치 두베 나 헤도세 셈 랑기랑 마시 가소치게 나즈웨민도세 랑기랑 웨미세 가소치 오는 거 아니 나르마 잉글리시나 쇼베라 치레 마세 치야 해노 고마 so I was as I was mentioning I believe that being a Bhutanese, the qualities are tatamsik, which means the relationship or the mind which burns away all the negativity. So your devotion to Guru Padma Sambhava, Shabdurun Vishangavanamkir, burns away all the obstacles in your life, this life, next life, and life to come. You're loyal to the king and country, unites the country in harmony instead of instead of being divided. Your loyalty to, your loyalty and appreciation to husband and wife, friend, community binds you so that in your family there's no disharmony. And I feel that this tatamsi comes from a sense of appreciation, which is in Bhutanese we say, kadin gaso. Now so in terms of tatamsi and kadin gaso, I think there is really, I think the Bhutanese are really a great example of that. Many of the Bhutanese that I know, be it my volunteers, etc. I've known them for more than 10 years now. More than 10 years they volunteer, and I've known them to very kind of in tatamsi legend. I really appreciate the quality of Bhutanese. And then the second thing that defines being a Buddhist and especially being a Bhutanese, I believe, is belief in the legend, cause and condition. Now, when it comes to cause and condition, I think there is a little bit kind of danger of, our belief in the legend becoming a kind of culture, rather than really believing it from the depth of your heart. Because, for example, sometimes I see that I once read an article in Bhutan, somebody, quite a knowledgeable person, maybe not knowledgeable in Dharma, but generally knowledgeable. He wrote that there are many the life release associations in Bhutan, and they should not be promoting life release because it harms the economy of the economy of the certain economy or something like that. He wrote like that. Rather, these people and if they really want to do Dharma, they should go to temple and do puja, do Rimdo and do Circa. So when someone writes like that, it in a way it indicates that, maybe, for us, for those who are born in the Buddhist country, we are thinking that Buddhism and lay Junde is something more like a, kind of ritual. You just go to a temple, that's the lay Junde. You go to do some prayer, that is, that is a karma, and we are not really understanding that lay Junde is not just, lay Junde is not the prayer, not the ritual. Ritual is because of lay Junde. It's not that, Lejumde is Lejumde is overall, and then the ritual is a part of the Lejumde. Right? It's part of Lejumde. And if you do not believe in the Lejumde, if you do not believe in the karma, everything that you are doing as a ritual doesn't make sense. For example, ask yourself today, why are we gathered here? Why are we doing, so much of flower that we are offering here, fruits we are offering, land we are offering, later we are going to do chanting, all of these. Why, all the ritual aspects, including setar itself, doesn't really make sense if you don't believe in the legend. So you have to ask yourself, do I really believe in the legend, or do I just kind of, something I've been hearing for a long time? So I say, okay, I believe in legend, I go to temple, I do a rindo, I do a loche. Does it really mean we believe in the legend? Cause and condition. So before you can answer yourself that question, you have to ask yourself. There's one story that I'll share. It is said that during the Buddha Shakyamuni's time, one day he told a story about one of his previous lives. So Buddha said in one of his previous lives, there was a man who was born into a very, very rich family, very wealthy family, but he was a very ugly face, but very strong and healthy. And then they could not get a bride for him because he was so ugly, even though he was so rich. So they told they got a bride from a neighboring village and said that there's a special reason why our son cannot see the sun, so you can meet your husband only in the night. So you should not, put a light to, or in the night, otherwise he will have a short life. So they lied to the girl. Then anyway, they being a rich family, I guess, the family agreed. So then they got married, And after marriage, I think the 21st century, or I don't know how many centuries ago, I guess after you get married, you talk about your husband, I think all the wives gathered and gossip, The tradition has continued till now, I think, So they were talking about, oh, how is your husband? My husband is rich, my husband is handsome. They were comparing my husband's job. So then they said that, the other one said, my husband is very rich and handsome. So they said, yes, your husband is very rich, but he's definitely not handsome. He couldn't get his wife, that's why they had to get you from the far away village. Then she really doubted her husband, And then one night she went and with a candle, and then she saw that actually her husband was very ugly. And then she ran away. She ran away to her mother's home. She said, no, I don't want to come back. And then the poor husband, he really loved his wife very much. She was very sad, So then he was going around and thinking, what should I do? Maybe I should kill myself. And suddenly, it is said that he saw one of the local deities. And local deity said that don't worry, I'll give you some sort of special pill or special kind of nobu, Vishwafin stone. If you wear this, you'll become very handsome. So he wore this, and then I guess that's the plastic surgery of that century. Nowadays you can do plastic surgery. So he wore that, and he went to his wife. His wife couldn't believe this handsome guy is my husband. So then then after that. He took off the thing, convinced, and they got back together, and they, kind of stayed back happily ever after. So they asked Buddha, why did this happen? Why? Now, if you don't believe in that karma, legend, then you will say, they had a problem, they got divorced, they got back together, or you will look for reasons only related to this life. But if you believe, but what Buddha said was that the reason all this happened was because in their previous life, there was a husband and a wife, and one day there was a sick monk who wanted to go into retreat, but he couldn't go because he was having problem, and doctor told him, you must have a very strong butter. In Indian they say ghee, actually margarine. So then when he went to ask for the couple to please give me a butter, and the husband got very angry, said, you ugly guys, you are never working hard, always begging around. And then he got really angry. After some time, the husband felt pity for that monk, and then gave him the butter. And then, afterwards, the monk After his health got better, he meditated, he became enlightened, and then he came back. And then the husband felt a lot of remorse. He said that, what have I done to insult an enlightened monk? And he said, that, and the wife said that, oh, I'm sure now because you insulted such a monk, in all your life you'll be ugly. I don't want to be, get married to you. So then the husband said, that yes, I have done my negative karma, but I want to pray that because may I be purified, I seek for your forgiveness in the future, even if I'm separated from my wife, may I able to get her back. So now you see, because he offered the butter to the monk, and because his health got better, that's why in all his life, he's always very healthy, very strong, never gets sick. There are some people who never get sick even for one day. Very strong, very healthy, always born in a rich family, but because he insulted others, he's always ugly in his life. And his wife always leaves him, But because he did the shakpa, he purified, he always gets his wife back, And this happened for 500 years. So Buddha said, this is the thing, right? So now you have to ask yourself, if you believe in this story, then you believe in the legend. Right? But usually, we don't really believe it. For example, if somebody asks you, are you successful? Why are you successful? 99% of us will say, because I work very hard, because I'm very intelligent. But is there really a fair assessment? Because how many people work hard in this world? Right? In India, the coolies, how hard they work. Do they become rich? How can we say that we are more smarter than other people? We are in a living population of 6-7 billion. Are we really that smart? I don't think so. There are so many people much more smarter than us, much more hardworking. But why is it that only you guys, some of us are successful in life? Some of us are not successful in life. Why? Right? Even if you Google in the internet, if you ask, how much does luck play in the success? Because Google doesn't believe in the karma, so they use the word luck. If you Google, how many people are successful, luck plays, it says that luck plays a huge role in the success. The right timing, the right family that you were born to. These are not the decisions. Right timing, your right idea came, the right business, it all went. You can Google it. I Googled it also. I saw from the result, Before we Googled the sutra, now we do Google internet. So anyway, even the scientific and the Google, they say that luck plays an important role. Now, since the Buddhists don't believe in the luck, we use the word called the legend, cause and karma. And if you do not believe in the karma, you have got two alternatives. If you don't believe in the karma, then you have to either you believe in the creator, like other religions. That means that your life is, script is written by up there somebody, Maybe Guru Rinpoche, or maybe I don't know, they've written, oh, he's going to get born here, he's going to get married at 25, divorced at 35, 2 children. Again he'll get married, or he'll have a diarrhea tomorrow. He'll get visa rejected, he'll get visa, Everything is written up there. So that's why the word they use called destiny, right? We use called destiny. If you are Buddhist, you will not use the word destiny. Because destiny means something that's written up there and cannot be changed. So as a Buddhist, we do not believe that. We respect others' faith, it's their faith, but Buddhists do not believe in the destiny. Similarly, if you believe in the second option is you believe in the luck. So everything is a luck, You are born as a Buddhist, it's a luck. You are successful, it's a luck. So if you really believe in the luck, then there's no point in your life. Why are you having medicine? Because it's a luck, When you go to hospital, you don't need to say, I have a stomach problem. You can just take the headache and your stomach will get better. It's a luck, There's no correlation. You want to go to Australian embassy to apply visa, you just apply the maybe UK visa and suddenly, you get the Australian embassy. There has to be no correlation. If you believe in the luck, everything you do from the farming to making house, is no purpose because you don't believe in the cause and condition. For example, today we are all here, gathered here. Did Guru Rinpoche tell you to pick you up from your bedroom and throw you here? I don't think so. Did you go to, I don't know, somewhere else and accidentally you ended up here? I don't think so. So how did you happen here? Because from your mind you wanted to come and you put the necessary effort on the cause and condition. Right? That is called the legend. So as a Buddhist, we believe in the legend. We don't believe in the divine intervention. We believe in the blessings, yes, the karma, but we believe in the cause and condition. That's why Buddha Shakyamuni said that in all this world, when you see why is somebody happy, rich, beautiful, very beautiful, but nose is a little bit too big. Why is her nose too big? It's also lay, it's also karma. And when you say karma is not only past life karma, present life karma also matters. For example, maybe that because of, for example, I used to joke many times, say that if there's a husband and wife, right? Morning husband and wife have argument, in the evening husband doesn't get dinner, that is legendary. So legendary is not something so like out there and so difficult to understand, right? It just means that every action of ours, be it in the past life or present life, has the consequences. Everything is a result of action. Secondly, Buddha said that from a positive action, the result will always be positive, not negative. From planting an apple tree, apple will come out, orange will never come out. So from your good deed, if you want to, if you believe that, yes, I believe there's cause and action, but I don't believe that, Geva brings happiness. Geva means doing something to give others happiness. Positive brings positive, negative. Then you are saying that between the cause and the result, there's no relation. That means in the future, when your wife gets pregnant, you can expect a kangaroo to come out. Because you believe that between your cause and the effect, there's no relation. Right? If there's no relation between the Jew and the devil, Jew is the human form, but baby might be kangaroo, or I don't know, right? So that's what you are saying, basically, right? So, and the legendary example is everywhere actually. Because we just have, as I said earlier, we have, confined the legendary into doing a prayer is legendary, or going to temple is a legendary. But we have not really kind of contemplated that every aspect of life is a legendary. For example, if you're eating lunch today, switcher desi you are eating, right? If they are among your doctors, they will tell the karmic result will be you'll get after, if you eat too much, you'll get a diabetes. That is the legendary of the food. Legendary of exercise, legendary of how you talk to each other. Right? Bhutanese community, are you harmonious or not? If you want harmony, it will not come from up there. You have to put effort. If you want harmony in your family, it will not come because suddenly come like that. You have, in order to have harmony in your family, you have to appreciate each other. You have to forgive each other. You have to understand that perfect relationship is not between two perfect people. That happens only in the Korean movie. Right? Husband is perfect, wife perfect, together. I think that's impossible unless they both are, enlightened beings. Then that's different, right? So, perfect relationship from samsara point of view is two people who accept that we are both sangmaji the same, and accept each other's fault and appreciate the good quality. That is perfect relationship. So, nothing comes about because of accident. You have to create it, right? So that is why firstly, in order to create, because what you say and what you do is influenced by your mind. That's why Majishuna will say, Sampa Senke is so important. If from your motivation is not to benefit other people, not positive, always somehow or other it will end up negatively. There will be argument, there will be something if your motivation itself is a negative. So that is why anyway we believe in the cause and condition. So that is why for a Buddhist, once you believe in the cause and condition, there are many implications. For example, a Buddhist will not say, I believe in a destiny, but Buddhists will say, I believe in the result of my actions. For example, if I've been drinking alcohol for a lifetime, I will definitely expect a liver failure as my destiny. You can call it a destiny. But you also know that if today I stop my diet and I change my physical, I can change my health tomorrow because I believe in the karma. So karma means that today, action changes tomorrow. And your today is result of the yesterday and day before. In your family, if you just ask yourself, oh, today my family is like this. What have I done to bring you to this situation? What have they done to this? What have I said? You will understand now how it came about. If you want to know your future, you don't need to go and ask for divination in Teshimpu, You can just check your behavior. How do I treat my family, others in my life? You will know. You can predict your future if you really check your present action. That's why Buddha said, where you're going to go in the future, check your present action. We can understand. So that's why if you really believe in the karma, it's also very positive. No matter what difficulty you're going through right now, from a spiritual point of view, doing a purification, accumulating merit, and your effort can change your future. It also means that for a Buddhist, it's very, very important to be a good person. Because if you believe in the divine being, it doesn't matter whether you're a good person or not. It's up there, is happy, that's it. You just have to bribe up there, nation bit. Right? So that's, but to be a Buddhist to means that your action, everything we have to know that action have consequences. So to be a good human being, you can say the word good human being, following the karma, same meaning. Same meaning. So now, coming back to the Chisendrama's, the practice today. Right? So now coming from this is the overall view of the Buddhist. Belief in the karma, and karma, action and result, and action will be influenced by your mind, so tame our mind. That's why if you want to put Buddhism into very simple, you can say, if someone asks you what does it mean to be Buddhist or Bhutanese, you can say Tatam, say Lechum, Chamyeche, but to be a Buddhist specifically, it says, Buddhist believes in the every cause and action, and Buddhists believe in the taming the mind because actions are the result of the mind, positive and negative. So you can say, so between these two, entire Buddhist teaching, if you're doing Yungne, why are you doing Yungne? Because you want to purify your negative karma, tame your mind, accumulate positive karma. Why are you doing Benza Guru? Why are you doing pilgrimage? Why are you doing dream? Everything. Why are you even speaking nicely to your husband? Because I believe in the legend, right? Because I want dinner tonight, so husband speak nicely to wife. Because I believe in the legend, right? So legend is, the entire kind of, the bigger picture. And then when we're doing a Chisendrama practice, we are going to specifics. Now when you go into specific, actually today, instead of offering flower to Chisendrama and chats in Chisendrama, you can do the same to your husband also, actually. You can keep your husband here on the throne and surround him with the flowers and things and say, you are great, to you I prostrate, chats at the I'm sure he'll be happy or she will be happy and it will be good to you. You will also accumulate merit also for sure. But firstly, it's not easy. Husband get loch love and yeni lakha to mo la the chance in the more difficult. And vice versa. It's not that easy. So firstly, it's much more easier to Chisendrama, okay, no problem. I chance get chip you get. But no way. Right? So firstly, it's because of that. And secondly, it is because it is said that among the positive source of positive karma, whatever we do towards Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yidam, Kanjo, even though the offering that you have is very small, maybe a single flower, but because Chisendrama to become a Buddha takes so many years of practice of generosity, compassion, meditation, even a small offering of flower accumulates so much merit because of their great quality. That's why it is said that King Ashoka, in the past life, during the Buddha's time, he was a small baby, he offered some sand. He was making a sand castle. He said, this is my sand gold. He offered to Buddha, and in the future life, he became the king of the whole of Asia, half of Asia, by the merit of offering a sand to Buddha. Right? So from this we can understand one thing. Firstly is that to offering to Buddha, we accumulate so much merit because of their great quality. Secondly, we understand that when we offer to Buddha, The value is defined by you, not by the Buddha. For example, why do you offer flower to Buddha? Is it because Chisindrima loves flower? It's not because of it. It's because we love to be beautiful. We want to be beautiful in mind, beautiful in speech, sound. So by offering flower to Buddha, we accumulate the merit of the, getting beauty and the beauty and the and the grace, etc. The merit is by offering flower to Buddha, the Chisindrima. And the value of what you're offering is defined by you, not by Chisindrima. For example, if you offer for Chisindrima, I will say that offering a gold and offering a sand is the same. It's the same because gold never says that, I am a gold. For example, this Menjay, I think this is a gold, or it's a Bangkok gold, it's heavy one. So yes, this is a gold, but does a gold ever say that I am expensive? I am a very valuable? No, we say it, we human beings say it. And we human beings also say, oh, today the gold price has gone down. Some other has gone up, gone down. It's our human mind that defines it. So Chisindrima, enlightened being, knows that gold is neither expensive nor cheap. So for Chisindrima, gold and the flower and the sandstone is the same. But for us, it is not same. So that's why it is not defined by what is valuable to Chisindrima or the Guru, but what is valuable to you. So that's why some rich person offering $1 million and some humble person offering a flower or $1, merit is the same because it's equally precious to each of them. So that's why anyway, the offering to Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Second is offering to your father and mother, because when you come to this world, you come with nothing, right? No bank balance, no scholarship, nothing. And you don't even know how to wipe your own bottom. But parents teach you, take care of you. So if you do anything to, serve your parent, to make them happy, it is said that karma is also extremely, strong karma. But that does not mean that, that you have to listen to everything your parent says. That doesn't mean like that. It just means that you have to respect and appreciate your parent. And even if you sometimes cannot agree with them, you have to respectfully disagree. Not storm out an argument, right? Because it's so impossible to listen every time to anybody, including yourself. Right? That's why the Salman Khan says, once I commit myself, jab main commit karta main khud ke bhi nahi sunta. That's the truth, When our anger comes, when the desire comes, we khud ke bhi nahi sunta. Because our mind says, Anjum Mahade, it's not good for you, but you can't control yourself. So when you can't listen to yourself, it's difficult to listen to others all the time. But anyway, the parent is the second. And the third is anything you do to people who are suffering a lot. For example, if there's somebody poor, homeless person, for you, your quote is nothing is getting old, but to that someone, it means a lot. So that's why doing a life release, giving something to the poor, people who are suffering, the merit is also accumulated, tremendous merit of accumulation of merit. So that is why now if you, once you understand the legend part, then you understand today why we are doing the Chisindrima practice. Right? Now, now coming to Chisindrima, Green Tara in particular, it is said that many eons ago, even before Buddha Shakyamuni, before I talk about that, I want to reiterate, I think Rupa Perth Nature already explained. Today, the reason why, anyway, let's talk about Chisindrima. So it is said that many eons ago, there was one princess who invited I can't remember the Buddha's, her name was Metok Daze, I think. Someone more beautiful than the moon and the flower, something like that. So princess, she invited the enlightened monks and the Buddha for many eons to her, her home, her palace, and then offered them lunch, etc. Then in the Buddhist tradition, we have the Moshuni. Moshuni means Karengagi Geluso, the Sivuchai, and the Sivuchani Gewagi Be, Tishumangal, Anamishu, and Kandanim, may my wish fulfill, etc. So when her dedication time came, all the monks, they said, may in the future, may you become a man and then become enlightened. So Chizun Drama respectfully said that, in her opinion, enlightenment is to do with the wisdom and ignorance. If you realize the nature of your mind, you are enlightened, nothing to do with the physical. So that is why she prefers to be always reborn in the female form. In the future also, when she gets enlightened, also she wants to be a female Buddha, so that all the female in the future will know that even a female can become a Buddha. You know, male and female, there's no distinction. So that is why Chizun Drama made a promise. And then when she was on the, from the Mahayana, they say that to become Buddha, it takes thousands of eons. So when she was on the path of Bodhisattva, Chizun Drama saw that, people have so many sufferings. For example, some people want son, they cannot have children. Some people want wealth, they cannot get wealth. Some people are sick, some people are afraid of prison, etc. And Chizun Drama thought that, for example, tomorrow if you are Bodhisattva and somebody comes in front of you saying that I am very sick with hunger, I have no money, I don't think you will say that, oh, Kemi, I have anything to give you, but I'll give you teaching. Money chant, Actually, I don't think that's appropriate. First, you have to, help the person from the immediate problem they are facing. Then, long term, you can talk about enlightenment. So that is why Chizun Drama, when she saw that, she made a promise that in the future, because of my practice, because Chizun Drama has many lifetimes, like in the Gebutimekun, gave his eyes away, gave his, so Chizun Drama in many lives gave her country away, gave her eyes away, body away, meditated for many years. The only thing she prayed is because of my karma of the accumulating merit, in the future when I become enlightened, just by remembering my name, may people be free from the danger, may their wishes be fulfilled, may they not be harmed by poison, and ultimately may I protect them in this life, Pardo, and next life. So that was the Chizun Drama's wish. So that is why once Chizun Drama got enlightened, then Chizun Drama was, Green Tara was very popular for wish fulfillment, protecting from danger in India, and it's from India actually, not just from the Himalayan region. So even in the Nalanda things, you can see pictures of the Chizun Drama's, and Ajanta Ellora also there's picture of Chizun Drama. There's a story that once there was a non-Buddhist, he was being carried away by ocean, and then he asked Chizun Drama, Tara, Tara, Tara. And as soon as she said, then the Chizun Drama appeared and said that, Atara, you don't remember me, Gopta Chapta Chenakush. Said, no, Atara, you don't usually remember, only when you need me. So anyway, it is said that he held onto the Chizun Drama's rope and he was washed ashore. And as soon as the Chizun Drama feet touched ashore, it became a statue and was supposed to be in Nalanda. So similarly, be it in my own life, be it in many of my friends, those who have done practice of Chizun Drama, so many, I will say that, I'm quite confidently, I will say that if you really genuinely practice Chizun Drama's practice and accumulate the merit, 80-90% of your wish will definitely be fulfilled. The reason why I'm saying only 80-90, not 100% is because sometimes the karma is already ripened. For example, you have already got sick, or this flower has already bloomed, then you cannot really change it, say, oh, go back to the seed. It's already happened. You cannot reverse something that's already happened. For example, you are born as a human being, you already have a life expectancy of certain, you come with a certain DNA, whatever, expectancy, some sort of, the expiry date, you can't change that. But some things that have not yet happened. For example, in the past, you did a karma to have a short life, but that sickness has not yet come. So if you do the Chizun Drama, you do the purification, your life can be lengthened. Or you're having some, difficulty, but it can be, before it is ripened, you can change it. If it's already ripened, you can mitigate it. But what's already happened, you cannot change. That's why for sure, because of the law of the cause effect, your wishes will definitely come true. So, anyway, that is why we are doing the Chizun Drama practice. And tomorrow we are doing the Sangye Repairment practice. And the reason why we do Sangye Repairment, because when Perth was asking me what kind of program will be most beneficial for the Bhutanese. So I said, I thought that Chizun Drama, 1 million Chizun Drama will be most beneficial because everybody in this life wants health, happiness, success, Nobody wants difficulty. So by choosing Drema during practice, I feel like it's like a life insurance for the coming year. Before the Ken Parche comes, you are doing the practice to practice. And secondly, tomorrow while you are doing the 1 million Tara, we are going to also do the Changwa, because even though you are very successful in life, very rich, one day we all have to die. You have to die, your family has to die. So when you die also you have to prepare. So I think in being in Australia, sometimes it's far away from Bhutan. When you lose somebody in your, close to you, you want to do something, but maybe you don't have the opportunity. So by doing the Amitabha Buddha's practice and praying together, all of us together, we can really do something for the people who have passed away. And we will also have the satisfaction of doing something for our loved ones. So that is why tomorrow we are doing the Amitabha Buddha. And also I thought that, because in the Buddhist tradition, Minjan Seni is very popular. So tomorrow I see Minjan Sebo ki tenda kachina. Why do we burn? Why do we do Changwa? Pardo ki tenda kachina. What is 49 days? Why is it important that 21 days to prayers they would tenda kachina? So also I thought to explain it so that we understand the meaning. So today is more of a blessing of longevity, good health, wish fulfillment. And tomorrow for ourselves as well as for our loved ones. The dedication is for tomorrow like that. And why are we doing the 1 million Tara? The million Tara Begomidi Gurumbuchi ki Begum, be the Gurumbuchi, be the Chisholm Drema practiced, Nyempa Belda. There are 3 levels of Nyempa. The first level is, for example, Chisholm Drema Zum Devachin. I promise to practice Chisholm Drema until I get Chisholm Drema until I can see Chisholm Drema, until I can see her and receive the enlightenment, blessing of enlightenment from Chisholm Drema. That kind of practice, it doesn't have a limit. It can be year, lifetime practice. Anzumchi Kelang Bewachin and retreat is the first class retreat of the Chisholm Drema retreat. The second class of Chisholm Drema retreat is doing 100,000 of each syllable. For example, Chisholm Drema has Om Ta Re Tu Ta Re Tu Re Soha. There's a 10 syllable. So when you do 1 million, for each syllable you're doing 100,000. Om 100,000, Ta 100,000. So when you reach so that's why 10 million is 1 million is the equivalent of the middle class, the middle level Chisholm Drema getting practiced. Actually, you are supposed to do individually, but maybe we can do collectively between today and tomorrow. And then the third class Chisholm Drema practice is called the Tugi Nyemba. That means you make a timing. Tarelepe Dauji or minimum is Haptachi, 1 week is the minimum. From morning from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Every day I will practice the Chisholm Drema practiced. And you cannot change it also. You cannot say, oh, today I'm feeling lazy, I'll do it 7 a.m. If you do that, you have broken your retreat. You have to very, very, very strict on that. From which time to which time you will practice. From evening which time to which time. So if you can, minimum is the 7 days. Haptachi Nyemba. So that is called Tugi Nyemba, retreat based on a time. So if you do whichever the first class, second level, accordingly there will be a blessing. Accordingly you will understand your mind more, receive blessing, protection, realize the Chisholm Drema within you. So these are the 3 levels. And one other reason why it is important to all of us to do together is because of the Le Jumde. For example, if I eat Suja Desi, you will still be hungry. And Nabu Suja Desi, I'll still be hungry, because Buddha said is that every individual is responsible for their own karma. So because you do a good karma, other person will not get the good karma. You have to be involved in some way or another. Yes, when you ask monks to come and do chanting, that's involvement. That is, I will say, a second or third class involvement. Because you are not really practicing. You are hiring somebody to do physiotherapy for you. You are just lying down. You are not really exercising. Right? But still, you will get merit because you have contributed to it. Right? Similarly, if you do a prayer for your father and mother, it will be much more powerful than doing it for a stranger. Because between your father and mother, you have a karmic connection. they have taken care of you, they have raised you up, so it is much more effective. So that's why if we as collectively we do prayer, then you and your family and everyone can be affected. Entire Perth can be affected because in some way it's connected to you. So that's why we call it collective karma. What happens to individually is called individual karma. What happens to collectively is called the collective karma. So now I think we will break for a lunch, and then when we, I don't know, I think we are coming back at 2 p.m. I think. 2 p.m. Yes, I think 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. when you come back, we will do the Chizundramagi practice, the Green Dara, and then as I said earlier, Chizundramagi benefit now the Yoba. Nisum Duni, Mombarchena, Pudepani, Pudapyosha, Nordepani, Nisum Dun means. Supposed to do the 21 Tara 2, 3, and 7 times. Pudevachan, Pu, Nordevachan, Nord. You know, and they will not be harmed by even by poison, etc. The Chizundramagi pain on you. So that's why anyway we'll come back together and then explain a little bit more about the practice, and we will collectively do the Chizundramagi practice. Okay?